Hello, everybody, and welcome back to part 2 of our second Ixalan draft. We lost the first round there. Like I said, I misplayed, but I don't think it was relevant that I misplayed. I think I lose that game regardless, the way it plays out, but still, misplaying sucks. Uh, so I hate doing that, especially on these videos, but hey. And also, the only other note is since round 1 I did the Brontodon out. Not quite. I think if I had another knight and another caller, I would play Brontodons, but I don't quite think I have the discounts I need. So we cut the Brontodon and we brought in a Frillback. It's just a much better on-curve item. This video is a little later than I wanted it to be because Magic Online died last night and then again today. So hopefully it doesn't go down again while I'm recording this. And I can finish this up. We're going to play first. We'll keep that. It's going to be kind of shady when I use this Traveler's Amulet to go get a mountain, but then play a forest next turn. It is going to give away to opponent that I've got the Swift Warden, but hey. I mean, technically opponent not doing anything for 3 turns seems good, but because we only have lands in hand, that's not great for us. Because opponent's going to be playing real spells, and we're going to be playing just land go. Oh, that's not bad. It's technically a creature, of course. That was a scary double click. My finger just went twice. I have no idea why. I left the red up because this does properly represent the splash we're actually doing. Opponent's going to hit in the air. I bet we're going to see more flyers. I kind of expect it to be like a blue-white skies. It's kind of the only blue-white deck there is. That is a pretty meh for us. Bash in, get our lifelinker, and play a Daggertooth. I don't think this game is going particularly well. We had a bit of a land-heavy opening hand, and then, yeah. Drawing 2 more was not great. And the plus side, there's only 9 left. The downside of that is that's still nearly a third of my deck. I mean, I would imagine if an opponent has a follow-up spell, it's just turn Sky Marcher sideways and cast follow-up spell. Because the opponent is taking so long, I am starting to wonder if perhaps they have nothing to play this turn. No, there's a Plains. They gotta have something to play. Unless they're just like 3 colors and they're stuck off a color. I could be reading. They could just be, might have just turned around from the keyboard for a second, alt tabbed out, and I'm over here making a judgment based on the fact that they took like extra 2 seconds. Ugh. Yeah, blue-white skies it is. I don't have any stops. I don't have the stops. Oh, do I have the stop sign? I think I have the stop sign, but I don't have nearly enough anti-flying defense. Nor did I pick up any of those plummets for the sideboard, which is a definite kick in the nads right here. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, so we're dead next turn. Barring a large surprise. All right then. So we do have the Whiptail. Let's get the Pterodon Knight in here as well, because that doesn't match up well against those 2/3s when it has flying. I'm going to pull the Frillbag back out, because that's, you know, that was our 40th card or whatever. We're also going to grab this Cleansing Ray to pick off those vampires. And, what do I pull? I think I'm just going to pull the Moment. Given that opponent is vampires, the advantage of the 1-mana trick is sort of suppressed because vampires has Vampire Zeal also at 1 mana, which gives first strike. So even if I, you know, turn a combat around with the +2/+2, if the opponent gets first strike, it doesn't matter. Whew. Do I want that? I guess I just take the Daggertooth. The Whiptail is obviously the stop sign, but without the second forest, I can't play it. This is going to get shuffled, so I should really be clicking any order, but I keep not doing that. Ooh, that's pretty good. I think we still play Daggertooth and Bash here, though. Because the Pterodon Knight is not much effectively better than the Daggertooth, but it does not give the mighty +2/+2, which makes it weaker to getting picked off and whatnot. Like if I don't play the Daggertooth beforehand, I can't attack for the 1 damage without a serious risk of Slash or Talon. So if I don't play the Daggertooth, I'm not attacking, but... Just gotta smash in. Opponent not going for the double. And playing the Pterodon Knight. This is pretty... This looks much better for us than that last game. Shocker, curving out is pretty good. Pretty good. I'm gonna keep sending everything. I still have this pounce if he goes for a double or something. If he just goes for the straight double, I might just let him have it and hold the pounce. And if he plays something, then I'll pounce. In response... Do that. it's a situation where while I am like on the surface, you spend a card to kill half a card because like I only pounced. The pounce kills one token, but because the pounce kills one token, that allows me to get the other token free. So, what just happened to my mouse? Okay, that was weird. Without Ascend, that card is not that scary. Especially because I can just bind it out. Bind that. Get in for 6. Put opponent to 4. And then if opponent doesn't come up with 2 blockers, I'm threatening lethal. Or blocker plus removal. Huh. Hadn't seen that rare yet either. I like it. They probably, looked at this for a while, but I do imagine that cost is slightly prohibitively expensive on the draw card with this end. That could be a little cheaper given you have to have a set to turn it on, and I think it'd be okay. I don't think there's anything I need to change. I think we just run this back. Oh, yeah, we'll keep that. Obviously going to get barring drawing one beforehand. Obviously going to fetch ourselves an extra forest with this amulet. And turning on all of our Dino Bites. Just gonna play the Sentinel here because we can still curve out naturally next turn. Well, not curve out, but play our land on curve, even if we don't draw one. I'm always happy to see opponent just play Pirate's Cutlass with no equip. Us, Sacrifice Amulet. Go get me a forest. Play the forest and the drover. And we're looking pretty. Any land draw gets us to Herd Caller, which should be pretty strong against an empty board. And even no land, we still get to Whiptail. Alright, no land, so we still get to Whiptail. If opponent equips and attacks, I think I offer the block. Because they're going to need another card. They would need a card to go with the equipped in order to make that block not just a trade. And that would eat opponent's mana for the turn pretty well. If opponent attacks with that and then and we trade or I block and if they go for a trick, then they won't have mana to cast anything else this turn. And I'm kind of okay with board at parity. Huh. I think it's just do this. And then we're going to attack with just the whiptail. Opponent wants to block. We're still happy to trade. We would have made that trade on the other side. I mean, I guess it does save opponent 3 damage. But if opponent has a trick, we didn't attack with the drover, so we could pounce. Oh, does he have the dive down? Oh! Bam. That's good. Actually, I'm okay with that. I'd rather get the dive down out now. Okay, that's a little aggressive, but if you got backup, you got, you know, it's not the craziest. Land would be pretty sweet here, because that would allow us to attack with drover, assuming opponent doesn't play a relevant blocker. Maybe we still just attack into that with the drover if we have to draw the land. We did not, though. So I guess we just attack with the Sun Sentinel and play the Herd Caller. Don't know why I stopped there and was like, what color mana do I want to contribute? That's irrelevant. I could have just spam clicked it. It would have been fine. I don't know if this is even good at 5 mana. Like, on one hand, I've been screaming about how slow this format is. On the other hand, like, while this takes up a land slot and like whatever, like you've got Humanna's Insight, I think is the call, which that last opponent played, where you can one-sided ally mine once you ascend and not have to pay every turn. You just pay 4 one time. I mean, again, yes, it doesn't act as a land otherwise, and it is a howling mine up until you're ascended, but land again would be good here. Because again, that allows me to attack with drover. Of course, naturally, opponent wouldn't have any pirates. Or vampires. Okay. Where does that leave us? We're going to go for the Squire's Devotion on the Herd Caller. Most likely the way opponent has to stop that is bounce. And if they bounce the Herd Caller, like we get another 3/3, so that's a little bit of resilience there. Wait, cancel. I still get my lifelink trigger, and that is still that is technically a better creature than this, even though this has a cutlass currently equipped to it, and by killing that, I could cost the opponent 2 mana on the cutlass. And we know at least 2 opponents' other flyers are those Vamps. So Cleansing Ray can deal with one of those. And I've also got Pterodon Knight next turn, which can just block. These attacks are aggressive. Oh, Cleansing Ray that is just fine. And that Lightning Strike, oh. If opponent for some reason chooses to not block here, we can just win with Lightning Strike. I don't know why they would do that, but, you know, we could. Opponent still has single blue up, so another dive down is still possible anyway, so I might as well save the Lightning Strike for when opponent, like, you know, hidden information is always better. If we can get opponent to play this turn in such a way that they don't leave back enough blockers, and we can just remove one with the Lightning Strike, boom. You can get there. Yeah. Interesting, because I think opponent might want to Cutlass over onto that soldier for the extra lifelink. It depends what else they have in hand, obviously. But if they do that, we are definitely lightning striking in response. Come on. What's happening? Don't leave me in suspense. If you got the dive down, pop it. If you don't have the dive down, just... What? Oh, I have the opposite opinion. Cube is boring. Vintage Cube is boring. Like, Vintage Cube is so boring to me because it's just so bonkers, and it's like you have to do these horribly overpowered things that are not any fun for your opponent. Like, yeah, it's sweet to, oh, now he's gonna tell me, so is this format. But anyway, Vintage Cube, like, it's sweet. It's like, oh, channeling out Emrakul is awesome in concept, but once you do that, A, you don't get to play a game of Magic. You've just channeled Emrakul on turn 2, so you won. And B, your opponent didn't get to do a dang thing. What? What are you talking about? Seriously. Could say the same for Cube. Like, oh no, well if I've got good spells, then I draw more of my good spells than you. Game 1. This guy needs to stop. Okay, buddy. Just let me get to my next game. I love that. You know how excited that makes me when somebody like I often get angry and pop off, but you know, you guys are here. You've tuned into my channel, and you've opted in to listening to me. As I've said before, your opponent don't care. Your opponent does not give a does not care in the slightest about whether or not you drew a bunch of spells. Like, seriously. Like, his argument is based on the fact that in the first game, the opponent played more spells than me. But that's my fault. I kept a shoddy hand. It's not some magic. It's magic. Well, it is. It's not some, you know, actual magic spell. It's Magic the Gathering. That's how it works. I'm not, like, gonna sit here and... It's ridiculous. Also, I will apparently need good luck, even though my deck just beat... whatever. Anyway. On to more games! Also, obviously, I know some of you are going to disagree with that Vintage Cube opinion, and that's fine. I like Cube in a general form, but I prefer like more of the modern Cube level of power than the Vintage Cube level of power, because the Vintage Cube level of power is just kind of obnoxious. I mean, heck, you know, like you can get that play I described earlier. You can theoretically get on turn 1 if you get the Mox. Bottom that because we don't need it right now. We will probably need it eventually. But, like, you know, is that fun? Commune with Dinosaurs was probably better on turn 1 there, but... Oh, that's fine. Our Sun Sentinel deals with that just fine. Oh, what Evolving Wilds means it's not even a threat at the moment. Opponent could theoretically play a spell, but you know what I mean. It would require a spell. Whew! Oh, play the Forest. I almost messed that up big time. Getting there with the Sentinel. I'm trying to think. I don't think it particularly is relevant if I play the Commune or the Daggertooth first, because even if I draw the other 3-drop Dino I have that I could play with this mana, I'm still gonna play the Daggertooth. So. We will get the Mountain now, I guess, because we do have multiple, like as I've mentioned each time, we're going to shuffle that. That Lightning Strike is not stuck on the bottom of our library. So I would rather have my Splash Color for when that does come around, then just take this. I don't need a Plains because I don't have any double white spells, nor do I have more than one white spell in my hand at the moment. I don't need an extra Plains. Alright, that's cool. Why does that gain 2 life? I mean, sure, but like, we couldn't get good removal for we can't get good removal for a format, and then we come back and we get removal that's both like you would play without that 2 life rider. You would play Moment of Craving no problem in this format. It's just I don't always appreciate the way they do with their levers. That's all I'm saying. I would prefer a little more like finesse sometimes than we get. It would definitely be a minor tragedy if I lose this game. I'm going to take 3 here because we get to play Dreadmaw next turn, so Well, maybe we actually play Dreadmaw next turn anyway. Okay. Oh. Forgot that he didn't. I thought he was tapping as if he was opponent traded for the night, but they didn't. So, 3 mana 6/6 tramplers, no big deal. Remember when it was the most terrifying thing you'd ever seen? I'll do that. If opponent wants to spend a card or the mana to get through there, that's fine, but I think they're just trying to trigger raid. And I didn't even get the creature. Those will trade fairly evenly, though I guess because it's my turn, not opponent's. And my stuff goes in the stack first. That is something relevant to think about for the future. Because that could come up in a future game where that 2 damage is the difference of 2 damage. I have all the mana I need, so I'm not losing anything. I'm just possibly getting a trick out of my opponent's hand. That Skulldogs was going to go through at some point. Whew! I mean, admittedly, I kind of deserve this a turn after a game after telling the opponent, nah, it's not just draw more spells. I deserve to flat out. This is any game of Magic, like, whatever guy, if somebody floods out, they flood out. Like, putting the block there, we take 1 damage either way from that, but this at least, like, if we're gonna blocking something, probably correct. So at least this makes opponent use their mana up. The only card I could draw that made blocking not correct there. I'm just stone dead. Okay. Yes. If you draw all lands, you will lose the game. That was not the argument I was making. Aggro Dinos doesn't really scream that I should... Not even Dinos. Aggro Red-Black still doesn't give me like a bunch of changes. I mean, maybe I could take another moment of triumph. Did not seem like I actually would have a lot of good pounce targets there. There was a lot of 3-power creatures. So the likelihood is I'll be trading. So I'd rather get the... I should mulligan this, right? If we find a Dino, it's a really good hand. Like if we find like a 3-drop Dino or a 4-drop. I believe. Why would I believe? Why would I believe? Because I'm running 16 lands. Like, this deck has... Ah. Give me a damn dino. God damn it! You gotta be kidding me. You've gotta be kidding me. Libraries are literally about to get shuffled, so that any order was the most any order. Doesn't matter that we've had so far. Come on. If we had got that dino. Oh man, this is brutal. Could have played that and had a couple 3/3s or whatever, but opponent had the skill dogs. Opponent's cracking me for 4 to 7, which is not great. So I hope it's 7. Nope, it's only 4, which is actually less good for us. Come on! We got 2 blockers. Let's go. I'm like pre-blocking in my brain. I think if opponent sends just Needletooth, we let it through. Because Needletooth and any trick, like Needletooth plus like a Skulldugs, is an absolutely disgusting blowout. Because they Skulldug whatever blocking the Needletooth, win that combat, and get to pick out the... God dang! Easy block of the Needletooth. There's only 1 creature in play. Skulldug blowout is whatever. Because they only get 1 creature. They're trading the Skulldug for my token. But having that in play is the... Alright, now I'm blocking anything but the Raptor. If I can survive through this turn, I am... God damn! Oh, boy, did we get demolished in this game. Oh my goodness. Oh, we had it too. Oh, that's so painful. With the devotion and the pounce, we can 100% win if the Dreadmaw survives. But opponent had kill on Dreadmaw both games. I can't even be like, damn. Okay, so yes, after saying I don't need luck and blah, 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 I immediately got what I deserved and drew a bunch of lands and, you know. But, hey. Yeah, opponent, so we ran kind of unfortunately there in that game 1. That game 2, I should mulligan that. That's on me. Like, yes, opponent had, like, the running things they needed in hand to kill me, down to 0 cards in hand, and then drawing the Cutthroat to get rid of the thing. Like, but I should have mulliganed that. It happens. Like, it was definitely greedy not to mulligan that. And then, yeah, game 1, I flooded, which is, you know. Game 2, I flooded because it was my fault. Game 1, I just flooded. I kept a good hand, and it just flooded hard. But, yeah. And then, yeah, match 1, I think we, you know, I don't know. I think this deck was slightly better than how it performed. I think I deserved at least the 2 wins. But, hey. It is what it is. So, depending on timing and stuff, I should have a video on time for noon tomorrow. They should be on time for noon. But we'll see. I don't want to promise anything. But, anyway, until then, I don't know. Until then, always, you know, always mulligan when you know you should mulligan. Not like when you know, just mulligan. Always count on your deck to give you the one card that will invalidate. Like, always count on the deck to give you the card that will invalidate your previous play. With the Squire's Devotion after I blocked with the Caller, and then the Bishop of Binding the turn after I made the kind of questionable attack in match 1. That I was like, well, if I draw Bishop of Binding, I won't need to make this attack, and then smash next turn Bishop of Binding. But, all in all, it's whatever, and all in all and always, as always, have a great life, folks. Peace!